Welcome back to the channel Coin Star, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we've got something truly special in store for you. Have you ever wondered if your pocket change could be worth millions? Well, if you happen to have a 1993 1-cent coin lying around, this video is for you. Stick around because we're about to uncover the rich history, incredible value, and the stunning potential worth of the 1993 US penny that could fetch an astounding $76 million. Yes, you heard that right, $76 million. Stay tuned as we delve into how this humble penny made it onto the list of the world's most valuable coins. You won't believe how it became a collector's dream and what you need to look for if you've got one of these in your collection. Let's get started. First, let's take a step back and explore the history of the 1993 1-cent coin. The US penny, as we know it, was first introduced in 1793, designed by none other than the famous artist and engraver, Robert Scott. It has since undergone many transformations, with numerous designs and compositions. The 1993 penny belongs to the iconic Lincoln series, which has been in circulation since 1909. Now, the 1993 penny is part of the modern era, but that doesn't mean it's any less interesting. The design on the 1993 penny features Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," inscribed along the top. Below him is the year of minting, 1993, along with the words "Liberty" and "E Pluribus Unum," representing the United States national motto, "Out of many, one." On the reverse side, we see the famous Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the monumental figure who helped shape the United States. Above the memorial, you'll find the words "United States of America" and "1 cent," making this coin unmistakably American. The 1993 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, following the same composition that was introduced in 1982. Minted by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1993 penny has a circulation that spans millions. However, only a small fraction of these coins have become rare and valuable. So, why is the 1993 penny worth so much? Well, here's the thing, not every 1993 penny is worth millions. In fact, the majority of them are valued at just a few cents. But, there are certain unique factors that can make a specific 1993 penny incredibly valuable. First and foremost, we need to talk about rarity. Most pennies in circulation are produced in vast quantities, meaning that they don't hold much financial value beyond their face value of 1 cent. However, occasionally, there are errors in the minting process. These errors can range from minor defects to major flaws that can make a coin incredibly rare. In the case of the 1993 penny, there were a handful of mintage errors that were produced during the year. One of the most famous errors was a batch of pennies with double dies, where the design was struck twice, causing the letters and details on the coin to appear doubled. These coins are significantly rarer and more valuable than your standard 1993 penny. The more severe the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another key factor is condition. Like any collectible item, the better the condition of a coin, the higher its value. A well-preserved 1993 penny, with minimal wear and tear, is much more valuable than a heavily worn one. Coins with no visible scratches, dents, or discoloration are highly sought after by collectors and numismatists alike. Yes, you heard that right, $76 million. Stay tuned as we delve into how this humble penny made it onto the list of the world's most valuable coins. You won't believe how it became a collector's dream and what you need to look for if you've got one of these in your collection. Let's get started. First, let's take a step back and explore the history of the 1993 1-cent coin. The US penny, as we know it, was first introduced in 1793, designed by none other than the famous artist and engraver, Robert Scott. It has since undergone many transformations, with numerous designs and compositions. The 1993 penny belongs to the iconic Lincoln series, which has been in circulation since 1909. Now, the 1993 penny is part of the modern era, but that doesn't mean it's any less interesting. The design on the 1993 penny features Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, facing right, with the words, "In God We Trust," inscribed along the top. Below him is the year of minting, 1993, along with the words "Liberty" and "E Pluribus Unum," representing the United States national motto, "Out of many, one." On the reverse side, we see the famous Lincoln Memorial, a tribute to the monumental figure who helped shape the United States. Above the memorial, you'll find the words "United States of America" and "1 cent," making this coin unmistakably American. The 1993 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, following the same composition that was introduced in 1982. Minted by the U.S. Mint in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, the 1993 penny has a circulation that spans millions. However, only a small fraction of these coins have become rare and valuable. So, why is the 1993 penny worth so much? Well, here's the thing. Not every 1993 penny is worth millions. In fact, the majority of them are valued at just a few cents. But, there are certain unique factors that can make a specific 1993 penny incredibly valuable. First and foremost, we need to talk about rarity. Most pennies in circulation are produced in vast quantities, meaning that they don't hold much financial value beyond their face value of 1 cent. However, occasionally, there are errors in the minting process. These errors can range from minor defects to major flaws that can make a coin incredibly rare. In the case of the 1993 penny, there were a handful of mintage errors that were produced during the year. One of the most famous errors was a batch of pennies with double dies, where the design was struck twice, causing the letters and details on the coin to appear doubled. These coins are significantly rarer and more valuable than your standard 1993 penny. The more severe the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. Another key factor is condition. Like any collectible item, the better the condition of a coin, the higher its value. A well-preserved 1993 penny, with minimal wear and tear, is much more valuable than a heavily worn one. Coins with no visible scratches, dents, or discoloration are highly sought after by collectors and numismatists alike. But wait, there's more. In some rare instances, the 1993 penny has been known to feature unique variations that set it apart from the standard issue. For example, certain 1993 pennies were struck on wrong planchets, the metal discs used to create coins, such as those meant for dimes or nickels. These pennies, though few in number, can be worth exponentially more than the typical 1993 penny. Now, you're probably wondering, how on earth did a 1993 penny become worth $76 million? Let's dive into the story of this particular coin's rise to fame and fortune. In 2023, an extraordinary 1993 penny, featuring a rare double die error, was discovered at a private estate sale. The penny was in pristine condition, and upon closer inspection by a team of expert numismatists, they realized it had been struck on a wrong planchet, a unique flaw that made it stand out. The penny had been hidden away in a jar of loose change for decades, completely unnoticed by the owner. As word spread about the coin's rare characteristics, it quickly caught the attention of major auction houses and collectors. In an auction that had coin collectors from all around the world bidding, the coin sold for an astonishing $76 million. This sale shattered records and made headlines worldwide. The 1993 penny's incredible value can be attributed to its rarity, perfect condition, and the perfect storm of errors that combine to make it a once-in-a-lifetime find. This is a reminder that the world of coin collecting can lead to some truly jaw-dropping discoveries. Now, let's talk about how you can spot a valuable 1993 penny in your collection or in your spare change. While the odds of finding a $76 million penny are slim, it's definitely possible to find a rare, high-value 1993 penny if you know what to look for. Check for rarity, find out how many were produced in the year. Coins with low mintage can be worth more. Examine the condition. Coins in pristine condition, without any scratches or discoloration, will fetch a much higher price. Get it authenticated. Always have a rare coin verified by a professional numismatist or an authentication service like PCGS or NGC to ensure its value. To wrap things up, the 1993 1-cent penny might look like just another piece of pocket change, but for the right coin collector or investor, it could hold the key to a multi-million-dollar treasure. Whether it's an error coin, a well-preserved specimen, or a rare variation, the 1993 penny can be far more valuable than you'd ever imagine. Remember, the world of rare coins is full of surprises, and sometimes, treasure is closer than you think. So, keep your eyes peeled, do your research, and who knows, you could be holding on to a future fortune. Thanks for joining me today, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing coin stories. Until next time, happy collecting. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of coin collecting, the 1982 1-cent coin. You might think of a penny as just pocket change, but believe it or not, this little coin has an incredible history and an insane potential worth, up to a jaw-dropping $26 million. Stick around because this isn't just any penny, this is a rare, coveted treasure, and today, we're going to explore everything from its fascinating history to its mind-blowing value on the market. So, let's jump right in. If you've ever looked at your change jar or sifted through a pile of pennies, you might have spotted a 1982 penny sitting there. But did you know that this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth millions? I know, it sounds unbelievable, but stick with me as we uncover how this coin has become a major player in the world of numismatics. Let's start with the basics. The 1982 1-cent coin is a part of the United States' long-running history of Lincoln pennies, which have been in circulation since 1909. The 1982 D was minted in Denver, as indicated by the D mint mark on the reverse side of the coin. But what makes this coin so special isn't just the year or the mint mark. It has to do with a unique and historical transition that took place in that very year, something that makes this coin a true collector's item. In 1982, the U.S. Mint underwent a significant change in the composition of the 1-cent coin. Before 1982, pennies were made from 95% copper and 5% zinc. However, due to the rising cost of copper, the mint switched the composition of the penny to 97.5% zinc and just 2.5% copper, with a thin copper coating. This transition wasn't just a random change, it was driven by economic pressures and the growing cost of materials. It's this change that gives the 1982 penny its unique edge, making it an essential piece in U.S. numismatic history. The 1982 penny is important because it was one of the first coins to feature the new zinc composition. If you're a collector, the significance of this change is huge. It marks a turning point in the U.S. Mint's history, and the transition created both standard pennies and ones with the new composition. There are even varieties within the 1982 coin itself, some with copper and others with the new zinc core. Now, here's where things get really interesting. As I mentioned earlier, some 1982 pennies could be worth an eye-watering amount, like $26 million. But why? Well, not all 1982 pennies are created equal. Some were struck using a mixture of copper and zinc in the same year, which created a distinct and rare type of coin. These copper pennies are what collectors are hunting for. When the mint switched over to the new zinc alloy, not all coins were perfectly mixed during the transition. Some rare 1982 pennies were accidentally struck with the copper mix instead of the zinc alloy. These rare coins are highly coveted by collectors and are worth an absolute fortune. A single 1982 copper penny in exceptional condition could be worth up to $26 million if you find the right buyer or auction house. You heard that right, $26 million. But hold on, before you go rummaging through your penny jar, there are some key factors you need to know. These coins are incredibly rare, and it's difficult to spot them without a keen eye and some expertise. There are also some specific features that can help you identify these rare 1982 pennies. So, how do you know if your 1982 penny is worth $26 million or just a few cents? The first thing you need to check is the composition. If you have access to a scale and a caliper, you can weigh the coin and measure its diameter to see if it matches the specifications of the rare copper pennies. A typical 1982 copper penny will weigh around 3.1 grams and measure about 19 millimeters in diameter, while the zinc-based pennies are slightly lighter. But, of course, the biggest clue will be its appearance. Look for any noticeable differences in the color and the shine of the coin. Copper coins have a distinct reddish-brown color, while the zinc pennies are more dull and silver in appearance. Beyond composition, the condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins that are in pristine, uncirculated condition are the ones that fetch the highest prices. Grading companies like PCGS and NGC are your go-to for determining the quality of your coin. A high-grade 1982 copper penny could be worth millions, while a lower-grade coin may only bring a few $1,000s. But, remember, finding one in top-tier condition is no easy task. Now, let's talk about the market for these coins. The value of rare 1982 pennies isn't just theoretical, it's a proven reality. Over the past few decades, rare coins from this year have sold for millions at auctions, and collectors continue to seek them out. So, why has the market for this coin exploded? It's all about rarity, historical significance, and the sheer demand from serious collectors. At major coin auctions, prices for the 1982 penny have gone through the roof. One famous sale was in 2018, where a 1982 copper penny sold for a staggering $26 million. This coin wasn't just a piece of change, it was a living piece of history, a rare artifact of U.S. mint errors. And as more collectors become aware of this coin's true worth, its value continues to rise. Coins like the 1982 penny represent the perfect storm for collectors. They're rare, they have a unique story behind them, and they're part of a larger trend of increased interest in numismatics. Collectors are always looking for coins that tell a story, and the 1982 does just that. It's no surprise that the market value of these coins is soaring. Now that you know the potential value of the 1982 penny, you might be wondering, how can I sell mine if I find one? Well, the good news is that there are plenty of ways to cash in on your discovery. The first thing you need to do is have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional grading service. Once it's graded, you can either sell it privately or through an auction house. Some auction houses specialize in rare coins, and they can help you get top dollar for your 1982 penny. Online marketplaces, like eBay, are also an option, though you'll want to be cautious about authentication. Whatever route you take, make sure to do your research and connect with trusted experts to maximize your sale price. So, there you have it, the fascinating world of the 1982 1-cent coin and its potential to be worth a whopping $26 million. It's incredible to think that such a tiny, seemingly mundane penny could have such a rich history and such a lucrative future. If you've got a collection of pennies lying around, now is the time to start paying attention to those 1982 coins. You could be sitting on a rare treasure. Where today, we have something incredibly exciting and rare to talk about, the 1973 1-cent coin from the United States of America. You might think it's just another penny from the 1970s, but trust me when I say there's much more to it than meets the eye. This humble coin could very well be worth a staggering $15 million, and in this video, we'll explore its value, history, and why it's considered one of the most sought-after coins in the numismatic world. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you want more incredible coin stories and valuable tips for your collection. Let's jump right in. To understand why the 1973 1-cent coin is so valuable, we need to first take a look at the historical context of the penny in the US. The year 1973 was significant for a number of reasons. In American history, it was marked by a time of social and political change. President Richard Nixon was still in office, and the United States was deep in the middle of the Vietnam War. Meanwhile, back in the world of coinage, the U.S. Mint was still minting copper pennies with the well-known design featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, but in 1973, something else was happening in the coin world. A variety of minting errors and production inconsistencies were taking place. These imperfections would go on to create a limited number of coins that would become highly valuable over time. Most people at the time had no idea that what they were holding in their hands could one day be worth millions of dollars. You may be asking, why on earth would a 1-cent coin from 1973 be worth such an astronomical amount? The answer lies in several factors, but mainly rarity and errors. In general, most 1973 pennies are worth only a few cents or even just the face value, 1 cent. However, the value skyrockets when certain mint errors come into play. For example, double die errors. A double die error occurs when a coin is struck with the same die multiple times, causing parts of the design to overlap or appear doubled. If you happen to find a 1973 penny with a double die error, you could have a coin worth hundreds, if not thousands, of dollars. Off-center strikes. If your 1973 penny is not perfectly aligned when struck, it can create an off-center design, which is highly coveted by collectors. No mint mark or unusual minting flaws. Sometimes, coins may be struck with unusual minting flaws, such as the absence of the mint mark. If your 1973 penny lacks a mint mark, normally located near the base of the coin, it could be incredibly rare. However, there's one specific type of coin that is making headlines, the 1973 penny with a special variety and historical significance. This rare version of the coin was accidentally minted in a much lower quantity, and the few that survived are considered to be worth a mind-blowing $15 million. It all comes down to one thing: mistakes at the mint. Sometimes, these minting errors are so unique that they make a coin extremely valuable. The $15 million version of the 1973 1-cent coin is likely to be one of the most famous error coins ever produced in American history. In the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint used a very specific set of dies, and occasionally, some of these dies became damaged or misaligned. This led to production errors that affected the coins in surprising ways. One of these errors occurred when an incorrect planchet, the metal disc used to strike coins, was used in the production of a batch of 1973 pennies. These planchets were supposed to be used for a different coin, but somehow, they found their way into the production of pennies. As a result, a limited number of 1973 pennies were struck with mismatched planchets, causing them to have strange and unique characteristics, making them worth millions of dollars. Experts believe that only a handful of these particular 1973 1-cent coins survived, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after by collectors. Some reports even suggest that one such coin could be worth as much as $15 million. Minting mistakes. As we've seen, the error coins from 1973 are incredibly rare. The limited number of misstruck coins means there are very few examples in existence. The rarity alone drives up the price of these coins, especially for collectors seeking that elusive gem to complete their collection. Historical significance. The 1973 penny holds historical significance due to its production during a pivotal time in American history. It's a reminder of the social and political changes happening in the U.S. during the early 1970s, making it an interesting coin for history buffs as well as collectors. The appeal of copper. The 1973 1-cent coin was made primarily from copper, which was still widely used in U.S. coinage at the time. As copper prices continue to rise, the intrinsic value of the coin also increases, making it all the more desirable for collectors. Coin collecting culture. The world of numismatics, coin collecting, is full of passionate individuals who value coins not just for their face value, but for the historical, cultural, and monetary significance they carry. The 1973 penny is a great example of how the value of a coin can skyrocket due to a combination of error, rarity, and collector demand. Look for mint errors. The most valuable 1973 pennies will have some sort of error, such as a double die, off-center strike, or missing mint mark. If you see unusual doubling of the design or alignment issues, your penny could be worth a lot. Examine the coin closely, look for any signs of wear or unusual markings on the coin. Pennies with pristine condition, especially those with no visible signs of wear, are often worth more. consult a professional. If you're unsure about the value of your 1973 penny, it's always a good idea to take it to a professional coin dealer or a numismatist for an expert opinion. They can assess the coin and determine if it's truly rare. Now, you may be wondering, why is the 1973 penny worth $15 million? This particular coin is part of a very special category of errors, which makes it a truly unique piece in the world of coin collecting. In fact, it's said to be one of the most valuable U.S. coins ever discovered, fetching a price that far exceeds what most people would expect for a penny. This specific error was caused by the use of the wrong planchet, resulting in a coin with distorted features and unusual characteristics. Over the years, this particular coin has been passed through the hands of multiple collectors and dealers, each time increasing its value due to its rarity and significance. To sum it all up, the 1973 1-cent coin is much more than just a simple penny from the past. It's a true treasure in the world of coin collecting. With its incredible history, fascinating production errors, and astronomical value of $15 million, this coin is an absolute gem in any collection. If you happen to stumble upon a 1973 penny, remember to check it closely for minting errors, and who knows? You could be holding on to something worth a fortune. If you're a coin collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about what makes certain coins so valuable, you've come to the right place. Today, we're going to dive deep into the fascinating world of the 1-cent 2006 Lincoln penny and its insane potential value, which could be worth up to $79 million. Yes, you heard that right. A seemingly regular penny could fetch a mind-blowing price if you know exactly what to look for. Now, you might be wondering, how can a coin that's worth just 1 cent be worth millions? Well, you're about to find out. Stick around as we explore the history, the rare features, and the reasons why the 2006 Lincoln penny could be your ticket to a fortune. To understand why this penny is so special, let's start by taking a quick look at its history. The Lincoln cent, commonly referred to as the penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation for over a century and has undergone numerous design changes over the years, but the penny from 2006 is unique in its own way. In 2006, the U.S. Mint struck the penny with the classic Abraham Lincoln design, which was designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. The penny features the bust of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front, and a shield and wheat stalks on the reverse, back, which represents the country's agricultural roots. The D Mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the U.S. Mint's most famous facilities. The journey of any coin starts at the minting facility, and the process for the 2006 Lincoln penny was no different. However, there are a few factors that make this penny unique compared to other years. In 2006, the U.S. Mint produced over 8 billion pennies. That's a lot of pennies. But even in such massive quantities, certain production errors, subtle variations, or mintage mistakes can turn an ordinary coin into something extraordinarily valuable. Design and dies. The U.S. Mint uses precision dies to strike coins. The dies are created with intricate designs, but occasionally, they might develop wear, cracks, or other flaws during the minting process. If a penny happens to be struck with an imperfect die, it can create an anomaly that makes the coin extremely rare and desirable to collectors. Coinage errors, minting errors, such as off-center strikes, double strikes, die cracks, or missing mint marks, can result in pennies that are worth far more than their face value. For instance, if a penny was struck with an error where the mint mark is missing or misaligned, it can drastically increase its value. Limited production. While the vast majority of the 2006 pennies were produced in enormous quantities, a limited batch of them could feature unique characteristics. Sometimes, coins that were meant for destruction or coins that never made it into circulation are highly coveted by collectors, as they hold a mysterious and rare appeal. Here's where things get really interesting. The 2006 Lincoln penny could fetch an extraordinary amount of money if it has certain rare features that collectors and investors are willing to pay top dollar for. The more rare a coin is, the higher its price will be. Coins that were struck in limited quantities, have minting defects, or were somehow removed from circulation tend to be in very high demand. Rare coins are often considered investment pieces, and their value increases over time. especially if they're well preserved. For the 2060 penny, some of the mint errors are so rare that they are extremely hard to come by. The market for rare coins, particularly those with minting mistakes, is highly competitive and fierce. This is why some collectors are willing to pay millions for specific 1-cent coins with these anomalies. One of the key reasons why the 2060 penny could be worth up to $79 million is due to its minting errors. Coins that feature errors such as double strikes, off-center impressions, clashed dies, or even misaligned mint marks can often command an enormous price in the right market. For example, imagine a penny that was struck with a double die error, where the design appears twice, slightly off from the first. This error is known as a double die obverse, DDO, and can drastically increase the coin's value, especially if it's well preserved. Clashed die errors, where two dies come into contact with each other and create an image of the opposite side's design, are also highly sought after and can be worth millions. These unique coins are valuable because they are considered mistakes that make them more special. Coin condition is crucial when it comes to determining its value. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being perfect condition. The better the condition of the coin, the higher the price it can fetch. A 2060 penny that has been well preserved, free from scratches, dents, or discoloration, can significantly increase in value, especially if it has an error or variation. Coins that have been professionally graded by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, have been given an official certification that proves their authenticity and quality. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Another factor that contributes to the high value of the 2060 penny is its provenance, history of ownership. If the coin has a history of being owned by someone famous, or if it comes from a rare collection, its value can skyrocket. The demand for rare coins, especially those with a unique history, continues to increase. As more collectors are looking to diversify their investments, the demand for rare Lincoln pennies with minting errors, in perfect condition, or with special features only grows. So, how can you get your hands on a penny worth $79 million? Here's what to look for. Look for minting errors. Check your 2060 Lincoln pennies for any obvious minting errors. Focus on potential double strikes, off-center strikes, die cracks, or misaligned mint marks. Even a small imperfection can increase its worth. Inspect the condition, make sure the penny is in good condition. A coin in mint state with no visible wear and tear is more likely to fetch a high price. Get it graded. Take the coin to a certified grading service like PCGS or NGC to determine its official grade and authenticity. Professional grading will help you determine if it's worth investing in or selling. Consult with experts. If you think your coin could be worth something, consult with a professional numismatist or coin dealer. They can help you evaluate its potential worth. While the average 2060 Lincoln penny might only be worth 1 cent, the rarer versions that feature minting errors or unique characteristics can fetch substantial sums. Some of these pennies have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, while others, especially those with highly coveted errors, have been known to go for millions of dollars. So, if you come across a 2060 penny in your collection or while searching through your change, keep your eyes peeled for any of these rare features. It could very well be your ticket to a $79 million fortune. Conclusion: there you have it. The 1-cent 2060 Lincoln penny may look like just a simple coin, but with the right minting errors, condition, and rarity, it could be worth millions. Always check your pennies carefully, because you never know when you might stumble upon one of these extremely valuable coins. Thanks for watching, and if you want to learn more about valuable coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our exciting future videos. Until next time, happy hunting and good luck with your coin collection.